Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
His balls are different in person.
And Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Get it going on a Wednesday, hump day. Half of the week is in the books. What are you going to do with the second half of the week? We had the NBA draft last night, and with it, some surprises. We will definitely get into that. It's crazy to think that coaches were hired within like 24 to 48 hours of your team selecting in the first round. The NFL would not fly with that, that's for sure. So we will get into it today. We are minus Big Sur. He's off for the rest of the week, enjoying some time off. We got plenty to get into. Some Jaguar talk, college football definitely today. And the ruling that just came out with the NCAA finally settling on something that, I don't know, may actually stick is good news. So we will definitely get into that. There's still some Brendan Sorsby stuff to sort out for sure. It came down during our show yesterday, Matt, that the supplemental draft was not going to go down, where Sorsby was basically going to be left holding his gambling bag and having to sit out for at least a year of National Football League football. So anyway, there's still the aftermath of that, and I'm sure it involves possible litigation.
No, there's no possible at all. Jeffrey
Most
Kessler,
everything involves litigation these days.
Kessler, who is his attorney, who is a big-time sports antitrust attorney, who led the players in their $2.8 billion judgment against the NCAA for the back NIL pay, and then ushered in pay for play for the future. He's his attorney. He's the guy who did the initial case for him, where the Texas judge allowed him to play this year, or told the NCAA that he could play, I should say. He will now sue the NFL. But it's interesting because his point in his statement yesterday, he said, how can the NFL not allow one of its players? Well, he's not one of their players yet. He's not part of the NFL Players Association.
No, he was applying to enter the National Football League.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they go about that, but they will go about that.
Right.
They will try and sue the NFL. I mean, that's what I told you guys yesterday. As soon as I saw that, the first thing I thought was they're going to sue.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to sue to try and get in the league, which is strange, but I mean, at this point, it's all he's got unless he just wants to sit a year.
Well, I think he has limited options.
Well, I shouldn't say that. In the spring, he could go play for the UFL, which would be, if you're the Houston Gamblers, I mean, it's an absolute lock that you take him. Lock.
Yeah, beautiful. And look, bet on that. The UFL will try and take advantage of this situation.
By the way, Hunter Decker was their quarterback last year, Houston Gamblers. The Iowa State quarterback who lost his eligibility for gambling.
Mm-hmm. And so that was a full year before?
Precedent. Yeah. Don't think they didn't do that on purpose, too.
Oh, my gosh, yes. But I didn't realize that had gone down and that he had to sit out. In the case of Sorsby, if you're...
Hold on, Joe. I think it's about time for me and you to adopt a UFL team.
I like the Gamblers.
The Houston Gamblers are now my team.
How could they not be your team?
It has a nice ring to it, of course.
If they're taking in these degens, they have a great name.
They've got the same logo from the USFL. It's the same thing.
I'm buying something.
It goes all the way back to the USFL days in the mid-'80s, and Jim Kelly was one of their guys, right? He went he was a Houston Gambler before he went to the Buffalo Bills. And there were a handful of those guys, that the Steve Youngs, the Jim Everetts, who else played court? Doug Flutie.
I mean, Joe, Matt Robinson, come on.
Bro, we can get a shirt right now for $30
with the Jacksonville Bulls.
Yes, come on, Matt Robinson.
Well, I'm thinking about guys that went on to start and star in the National Football League.
Well, he played, with the Jets.
With apologies to Matt Robinson, who I like a lot. Apologies.
So their logo is the state of Texas, and in the middle a big G.
Yeah,
with a star. Of course.
So not necessarily
the star on the lower right.
So there's nothing that says it's like gamblers.
Right. Like, give me a couple of dice inside the Lone Star State.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to just a big G. Georgia and Green Bay, they got the lock on that.
I don't think they see it as like gambling money per se. They see it as like they're gambling on,
riverboat gamblers. Roll the dice.
Gamblers, taking chances.
Yeah. All that stuff.
So their mascot, I'm looking at one right now. I thought for a second it was Bucky the Beaver, but no. It looks like an armadillo.
Yeah.
He's got a cowboy hat on.
Okay. I have
and
to
a
go.
big old
I'm-
belt
Like
buckle.
gambling, prospecting for oil, that kind of gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of, but the armadillo. I've
Doesn't mean you
forgotten
guys
about
can't adopt them just because it's gamblers. though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was JJ's suggestion, which makes obviously it makes total sense for us. We're not going to go with the Memphis Showboats
clearly.
or anything like that.
How many UFL teams can you name?
I can go New Jersey Generals. I can go Michigan Panthers.
Wait, the New Jersey Generals are in the UFL?
USFL. I thought you were talking about.
Oh, USFL. Yeah, I can name them all. I thought you said UFL.
I did. I meant
Yeah.
like whatever league's
I
going
think
on
the
right
Birmingham.
now.
Well, they
I can't help you there.
didn't they merge?
yeah,
Well, it was XFL, USFL, and they merged. And
Yeah.
became
So the Birmingham
UFL.
Stallions, the Memphis Showboats that are playing right now. Stallions, Showboats, Gamblers, obviously.
There's a Renegades out there that
Yeah.
Bobby Stoops
Dallas
coaches.
Renegades.
Are the Gunslingers still part of San Antonio?
Doesn't look like it.
No.
No, but we have one in Orlando.
The
That's
Orlando
the
Thunder.
Storm.
Storm.
Yeah.
Close.
All right.
Thunder's already OKC.
Yeah. The Storm.
The St. Louis Battlehawks.
Forgot
That's
about
a
them.
sick name.
Okay. First off, the Thunder was originally Orlando. All right.
Really?
Yes.
Like what? It was a
The Orlando Thunder.
It was a
in the
football
USFL.
team.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Okay.
had like
so
these neon green unis.
that's like 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. OKC wasn't
There
until
was-
after Seattle Supersonics,
Right.
of course.
Right.
Was there the Tampa Bay Storm then?
Tampa Bay Storm
Bandits.
was Tampa
The
Bay
Bandits.
Storm
Of
was
course, the
arena
Bandits.
football.
Spurrier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tampa Bay
Exactly.
Storm
What am I
was
thinking?
arena football.
Arena football.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Louisville Kings, which of course the horse.
Right.
That logo's sick. Our Gamblers, DC Defenders. Don't.
Yeah, 'cause
Dallas
they
Renegades.
want Washington to take that name.
Columbus Aviators.
Columbus
and
Aviators.
the Birmingham Stallions.
And Birmingham Stallions, that was also an old USFL.
Okay.
DC
Throwback.
Defenders.
An homage. Yeah.
No,
'cause they wanted to try and change the Washington football team into the DC Defenders.
and they're like, we'll get on this first, so they'll have to pay us a bunch of money for the trademark
Ah.
after. Genius.
And then the creative name of Commanders came out. So
Now, Frank Frangie yesterday had a good point where he was like, well, I think this league is trying to work in cahoots with the NFL.
Mhm.
And if that's the case, I doubt that they would be willing to take a kid who the NFL is suspending for a year.
Well, I think
but
what
I don't know.
Yeah, what it might be is that this is the best way for him to route his way back into good
No,
graces.
for him, but
he
I'm
his
has
saying
point
for
is
the NFL too. The NFL too.
Okay.
The NFL could simply go, you know what? Let him pay his penance. He ain't going to make a hell of a lot.
go to the minors.
He's got a chance to recoup a little bit of his.
Right, and he technically has not been suspended. He's just
Right.
cannot go into the draft.
Exactly. And they had very strong words about gambling.
Gambling, right.
Which we can get into a little bit. But the other part of it, this is the other thing that's at least interesting to me. And Matt, you already mentioned an example of a guy who did do it with the Houston Gamblers. Does an NFL team want a player just a few short months before the draft to be putting his body at risk playing a lesser league? My first thought is no, is that he's going to have sat out an entire year of football, NFL football, that he thought he was going to be able to play and ultimately is not now. Do they want him getting knocked around by a UFL defensive lineman or anything like
the
that?
Saints signed Hunter Deckers again, so he's back with the Saints.
Yeah, but what?
After the UFL league, but
Right, he
full
was an
UFL
undrafted.
season, yeah.
Yeah, he was an undrafted.
Yes.
Yes. So my only
But they had
point
him
is-
on the roster a year ago, is what I'm saying. Then he went to the UFL, and then he went
Right.
back to the
Yeah,
Saints.
so my only point is that this is a different quality of player. At least that's the way most of us view Brendan
Okay.
Sorsby.
Okay.
Setting aside the gambling, he's being viewed as he was a potential first-round pick.
Correct.
And so you don't want that guy, at least I don't think you want that guy, getting knocked around with UFL linemen blocking in front of him and
I
UFL
would think he
defensive
doesn't want
guys
to do
trying
that.
to.
Yes, I would think he doesn't want to play there.
Yeah.
Because that's for that exact reason. You don't want to blow your knee out.
Right. All those things.
Yeah.
All right. So we can at least look at it. We'll give you the latest as far as what they're saying and what might happen next. There is no supplemental draft. Most people that I was talking to saying, hey, wait a minute, what about all the other guys? There aren't any other guys in the supplemental draft. They only have the supplemental draft every once in a while for extraordinary circumstances when a guy like Sorsby is being ruled ineligible and seeking opportunity to get in the National Football League. And the NFL said, hey, no, you're not getting out of whatever it is that you caused, which is a good way to mete out punishment when they don't necessarily have the ability to suspend him right now.
But that's clearly the way that they're trying to get away from litigation.
Mhm.
Because they'll go in I'm sure Jeffrey Kessler will say you can't suspend him, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to say, we didn't suspend him.
Right.
We just didn't hold the draft.
Right. Exactly. our prerogative.
Yeah.
He was the only guy that we said, you know what, we don't even need to have one this year. And the last time I think you said was when?
2019
okay,
or
19?
18, something like
Yeah.
that. But it's been a while.
Yeah.
We have to break, but I have to bring this up before we do. The Orlando Thunder, we're getting a few texts in of like old logos and pictures
telling you, it's
like
like
of
lime
Scott
green.
Mitchell. Okay, the worst color combination / logo I've ever seen in sports.
Ever.
It's terrible. So yeah, it's a lime green jersey, and then on the fringe of the jersey where where the
Yellow.
arms are, it's a weird blue, but then like a yellow lightning strike for the Thunder, and then the helmets are white, and the logo looks like a 5-year-old kid drew it up. Like sometimes when they switch logos and they're like, "Hey, we'll let a child draw the logo for the day," but they just kept it.
Yeah.
So
Corso coached that team.
this is like the most 80s photo I've ever seen.
Yeah. Hey,
The
listen,
80s were something else, man.
That's why you didn't get an NFL team and we did. Okay, that's why. All right, XL Primetime Golf Club at Southampton Wednesday. The greens are coming along. I'll tell you all about them as we go along today. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big #1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies. Making your sports day last a little longer.
That's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know. Thanks a million.
Go into the night with Rick Ballou.
Amen, right? That's right, yeah.
Then it's Hacker After Dark.
I know, it's amazing.
Evenings on 1010XL. This World Cup soccer update is laced up by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes and Houston's Meats.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer Update, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. 6 matches on the schedule today to kick off the final round of the group stage. Canada, coming off its first ever World Cup win last week against Qatar, can now reach the knockout round for the first time, needing either a win or a draw against Switzerland to win Group B. That starts at 3 Eastern in Vancouver. In Group C, Brazil and Morocco are tied with 4 points each. Both will play at 6 Eastern. Brazil, Scotland in Miami, Morocco and Haiti in Atlanta. Even with a loss, Brazil could still advance to the round of 32. Meanwhile, nothing to play for Mexico. Already the Group A winner. They'll go at 9 Eastern against Czechia. South Korea will be a Group A runner-up with a winner draw against South Africa. The U.S., already Group D winners, faces Turkey A tomorrow in L.A. With this 2026 World Soccer Update, Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
When the moments in your life are too important to miss, you can trust O'Reilly Auto Parts to keep you and your plans on the road. Our professional parts people can test your vehicle's battery and even give it a charge if needed. In most cases, we can install your new battery for free. It's just one of the many services we provide at O'Reilly Auto Parts to ensure life's best moments don't find you stranded.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price of participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
The weather is heating up, and it's time to drop a line in the water. Gear up today at Green Acres Sporting Goods, Jacksonville's fishing headquarters. From Shimano and Penn Reels to Zoom baits and much more for saltwater and freshwater fishing. They've got everything you need to land the big one. And when your gear needs work, trust their expert rod and reel repair to keep you casting like new. Stop by Green Acres today or shop online at greenacresporting.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione. Campione Law.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, johnautomotivejacks.com.
Ah, this feeling is brought to you by Aleve for back pain relief. What feeling is that, you ask? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from back pain. That move how you want to, not how you have to feeling. That keep going through your day without slowing you down feeling. The kind that brings you back to yourself all day long without interruption. Oh, yeah. Because Aleve offers long-lasting pain relief. Feel up to 12 hours of back pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. ET here, and it's bigger game days and UFC fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, your #1 sports bar.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple of years ago. Went smooth as silk, was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
This happened a little while ago, but I still feel like it's worth mentioning because we were just doing kind of that nostalgic thing about the USFL and some of the days of old for the first time since 1989, which is just really hard to believe. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have another play-by-play voice, not named Gene Deckerhoff.
Wow, since 89.
Since
Incredible.
1989. And
Year
honestly,
before I was born.
That Gene Deckerhoff, for a lot of fans out there listening right now, and you're an FSU fan or you were just a fan of college football, you heard Gene Deckerhoff's, you can hear it right now. And then as a Buccaneers play-by-play man, being able to call Super Bowl winning teams, round of applause for Gene Deckerhoff with Jacksonville ties, okay? One of the great human beings that just embraced and loved life. And it ain't like he is gone because he's still here. He just decided that he was finally going to call it quits. He had stepped away from can you think of the FSU timeline?
It was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, three or 4 years ago.
Wasn't it the exact same time as
the Florida
Mick?
guy, yeah, as Mick, yeah.
Both he and Mick stepped away at the same time. Mick Hubert with the Gators and Gene Deckerhoff with the Knowles.
Both just quality dudes.
Oh, my gosh.
Quality
Great guys.
Which I always get anxiety thinking about Deckerhoff's weekends for 30 years.
Yeah.
I had the
having
privilege
to go to
meet Gene
both.
when I was at Maryland.
Coach Duff is here now, so you jump in.
I mean, he was doing the games when I was head coach at Maryland, and of course, you know, that was for me like being George Custer at Little Bighorn most of the time. But anyway, Gene was a superb first-class gentleman at that time. And then I got to know him when I was coaching with the Bucks, and once again, just a first-class person and a superb professional.
Did you embrace life with Gene Deckerhoff outside of football by any chance?
Yeah, sure did. And again,
we should all embrace life like Gene embraced life.
A guy who's got keeps it even keeled. He's a pleasant gentleman. I mean, again, that's why the guy is thriving at his age right now.
Yeah. I love him. And I can go all the way back to the days at the University of Florida when I was coming through and we would go to the Florida Sports Writers Convention or whatever, and radio, we would tag along and we would meet at that time, the David Steeles of the world, the Gene Deckerhoffs of the world, and just one great gentleman.
Superb memory. I mean, superb memory. I'm in Tampa Bay. This is like 20 years later, and he's recounting plays and games from when I was head coach at Maryland. We're playing Florida State. I mean, it was incredible. I mean,
That's
again,
wild.
he is a absolute tremendous natural resource for the world. if
Yeah,
you will.
he was able to do that through Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah.
Among others.
Yeah. Well, he basically said he dialed it back and he became a wine connoisseur. I love Deckerhoff. That's for sure.
Yes, the best. One of
All
the
right.
best dudes ever.
We love having Duff in here too. Mark Duffner, longtime NFL and college coach, as you just mentioned, coaching at Maryland, and many, I would think, stories to tell over the years. But we were just talking about USFL and UFL, and we'll get into the Brendan Sorsby.
By the way, it's the
storyline.
World League of American Football, so we blew that. It's
Well,
not,
that was for
it wasn't
Orlando.
right. The
Yeah, I
Orlando
just
Thunder was the World League of American
I
Football.
never remembered them being part of the USFL, and so I'm glad that our texters jumped in on that and gave us the logos and everything else. But yeah, they were Wallops. They were not USFL.
We laugh.
Yeah, like the Jacksonville Bulls with Fred Bullard owning the team back then. That's the only reason they named it the Bulls, Coach.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Fred Bullard came in and said, well, "I'll put a team here," and they packed the Gator Bowl back then. And Matt, when you mentioned Matt Robinson, he was the guy that was under center.
He was the
back in
QB.
the mid '80s, former Georgia Bulldog.
Well, isn't Coach Spurrier the head coach of that team or not?
No.
He was the Bandits.
Spurrier played for the Bandits.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry.
He was the Tampa Bay Bandits
That's right.
down
I'm
there.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So, and who
Or
were,
coached the Bandits, I should say. Not played.
yeah, who were some of the other
Played for the
coaches?
Bucks.
Galen Hall coached back then in the USFL.
Yeah.
Who were some of the other coaches? You guys will remember them.
Jim Moore. Jim Moore coached the
Yeah.
Michigan Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
The Birmingham was Raleigh Dodge, I think.
Raleigh Dodge, yeah. Former
All right.
Michigan State guy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you gave me the team names, I bet I could.
That's wild.
That's impressive.
I know that Neuheisel was the quarterback for the Gunslingers.
Yeah. Okay, so look.
The Houston game was Jack Pardee.
Mm-hmm. This was worthy of a Throwback Thursday, but instead we're doing it on a Wednesday. We have got to get into one other thing with a weird
I
Wednesday.
love that league, by the way.
Yeah, with a weird
Loved
Wednesday
it.
theme. It was
Loved it.
I remember going to Jacksonville Bulls games and as teenagers.
Pepper Rogers.
Yeah.
Memphis Showboat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you never were in that arena because you were either NFL or college.
Lee Corso, I think, coached in Orlando a team of the Renegades.
That would have been in the World
The Renegades,
yeah.
in
So,
the
I mean,
USFL, yeah.
But yeah, no, I never was. But it certainly was a tremendous opportunity for coaches and for players, to have an opportunity to pursue their dreams in professional football. So,
Who was the Pittsburgh coach? Because Mike Rozier was the guy they picked. He just won the Heisman, and he went to the Maulers.
Yeah, Maulers.
Who was the Pittsburgh coach then, Joe? This is going to make me crazy.
Honestly, I don't remember those.
JJ, look it up. Pittsburgh Maulers coach.
I remember Lindy Infante. That's what I remember.
Yep.
Who did Lindy coach?
He coached the Jacksonville Bulls.
Right, the Bulls. Right.
Yeah,
right,
Very
right,
good
right,
coach.
Right.
And Lindy was a very successful coach over
Very
the years.
successful, yes.
And
Excellent offensive coach.
lived in Crescent Beach and
Sharp dude.
Terrific
man.
guy. Yes, he was sharp.
Dude.
Yes, he
great
was.
guy and definitely knew offense. And both he and Carwin Bell hooked up as far as offense is concerned. And I think he probably took a lot of ideas, Carwin Bell I'm talking about, from Spurrier and from Lindy and
Joe
He was the very
Pedri.
best right there.
Joe
now.
Pedri. I feel like
Joe
the
Pedri,
Arizona I think they were the Rattlers.
Rattlers, you're right.
I don't know. I feel like the coach was like
Pendry.
Pendry?
Joe Pendry.
who was the LA Express coach?
Steve Young played for him.
Wasn't John Robinson, was it?
Gosh, it could have been old Southern Cal coach.
Could have been.
Could have been. We'll go back. We'll go back and check some of those. All right. We need to get Coach in on this, and we're going to talk Jaguar football with one of our guys that do both sides of the ball, both he and Gerald Ingram, regular visitors on XL Primetime and also on our Jaguars YouTube channel where we put together both sides of the ball. But when the Brendan Sorsby thing was unfolding, and then ultimately the decision was made, hey, NFL, you think you can come in here after you have found to have placed 9,000 bets we ain't going to make it that easy for you. And they made a clear-cut decision that didn't necessarily rain down on him individually, like with their gavel. They just basically said, we're not going to have a supplemental draft, and therefore you ain't going to play in the National Football League this year.
Yeah, no, I think that the message, got out as far as that's concerned. And there's been numerous seasons where they haven't had the draft, so this is not a first-time event. But I think that obviously the stance that the league has relative to gambling certainly was a factor in this decision a little bit. And so, again, I kind of applaud it myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I think it's, look, they couldn't say you can go in the draft, but we're going to suspend you for a year, because then the Players Association would definitely appeal that. They would definitely sue it for that. But this is the smart way to do it.
Yeah.
Where you just say, no, we're not holding the draft. And that's it. The only way you can get in is the draft. I don't know why he can't come in as a street free agent. Someone still hasn't explained that to me. But apparently the only way he can get in is through the draft.
Well, they allow, I would think, the National Football League allows who they are going to identify as street free agents. And if he's under whatever this thing is, they're going to basically...
Well, you just got to be 3 years removed from high school to be part of their league.
Right.
All right, to be eligible for the draft.
To be eligible, but it doesn't necessarily grant you access, at least that's the way I'm understanding.
Well, then how did all those Australian rules punters get in?
Well, they sign them, NFL teams do, but the NFL maybe right now has a directive. This guy is not going to be part of our league right now.
Right, so that's kind of my point. So if they've made a directive that he's not part of the league, then then Kessler might have a suit.
Right, and then that's that collusion word that we have thrown out before. And in the case of collusion, usually it's a handful of teams with decision makers having conversations and simply saying, let's not do this.
Right, but they'll just say it's
here?
not the teams, it's the
NFL
commissioner. Yeah,
right. And the NFL, I don't think could be looked at and said, "Hey, this is colluding." I don't think that is possible.
Yeah, I just think that I think as you just mentioned, Matt, this is probably the cleanest way to handle this situation moving forward, and we'll see where it all ends up.
If honestly, if Sorsby was smart, he'd take his medicine, go under the radar for a year.
Shut up.
Correct.
Come back.
Exactly.
Correct.
And shut up.
Get healthy, go to rehab
yeah.
again, make sure you're strong, you're good. Then you go start talking to teams in the process next year.
Right.
You show them, this is what I've done for the last year, X, Y, and Z. I've been to this, I've done this, I'm clean, blah, blah, blah.
And stop
then you've
betting
got
on
a chance.
Yeah, he really should take advantage of it, just as you described right now. And he's got a great opportunity to do that. He'll come back fresher. The whole thing will die down a little bit. He comes in really with a new kind of lease on life, if you will. So I agree with your thought.
And by the way, Texas Tech paid him $1.6 million. They had to. It was part of the deal.
That was
their
language-wise
deal
that they had to.
Right. It wasn't any of the private NIL money. It was just the Texas Tech money. So he's got 1.6 in his pocket, depending on how much he paid Kessler to fight the first time in court, which I'm sure was a pretty penny. But just sit out.
What do you make at Cincinnati?
I'd like to get some of that Texas
million?
Tech money. Can you help me on
Yeah.
that at all? Yeah.
Like, how
$975,000, I think.
How in the world were
I
they
could
still
I could deal with that.
obligated to pay him that money?
Because he was the number one player in the portal. And I'm sure whoever his rep was said, no matter what happens, you owe him this money.
That is nuts.
I guess that rep might have known something.
Yeah. No matter what. ... All right.
Yeah, it's just guaranteed contract, like Jimbo's guaranteed deal at Texas A&M.
Right, but I'm just simply a guaranteed contract for a head coach makes a hell of a lot more sense right now than a guy that never played a game.
Right, but if you're Texas Tech and you see the number one player in the portal say, I want a guaranteed deal.
You'll sign anything.
All you're thinking is, we need a quarterback. He's the number one player.
No, I get it.
And he wants that guaranteed deal because he's afraid if he blows his knee out in spring practice, he's not going to get paid. That's all you're thinking.
Yeah.
You're not thinking gambling. It's the last thing in your mind is gambling.
That's just nuts. It really is. All right, we need to get into the story with Coach Duff, former Jaguars linebacker coach, and the Jaguars. A little disrespect from those out there. CBS Sports putting a piece out that they had one of the worst off seasons in the National Football League. We'll at least touch on that. You guys can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Anything in that Sorsby saga that you want to chime in on, or your Jaguars, just hit it. 641-1010.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why we are North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. KeyBuickGMC.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Summer is finally here, and it's time to take advantage of Zero Res's best deal of the summer. Hicken here. Don't let rising gas prices stop you from having a clean and healthy home. Zero Res is keeping comfortable, affordable, with a powerful cleaning at a price families can feel good about. Zero Res can handle every surface in your home. Carpets, tile, grout, hardwood, laminate, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and more. Take 25% off all services except air duct cleaning. That's $5.99 per system for air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010XL special.
America's turning 250, and Superior Fireworks is ready for the biggest 4th of July in a generation. Beat the rush and save during their 4th of July early sale, now through June 30th. Shop early for the best prices, selection, and shopping experience before huge last-minute crowds arrive. Superior Fireworks, the locally owned fireworks superstore, right on Blanding Boulevard in Orange Park and at superiorfireworks.com/radio.
PGA Tour star Ricky Fowler. If you want to be the best, you have to practice with the best. That's why I had Southwest Greens install and maintain my putting green, and my synthetic lawn, and my chipping area, and my practice bunker area, and my bocce ball court, and our pole vaulting area.
Southwest Greens is the world's premier manufacturer and installer of putting greens, synthetic grass, chipping areas, practice bunkers, and just about anything else you want to do in your yard.
It's Southwest Greens. Log on to southwestgreensofjacksonville.com to see what they can do to your backyard.
In the fight against Alzheimer's, now is the moment we've been waiting for. With new treatments emerging in the fight against Alzheimer's and dementia, now is the time for hope and action. Held in over 600 communities nationwide, the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is the world's largest fundraiser for care, support, and research to fight the disease. So get out, get moving, and join the Walk to End Alzheimer's, November 7th, downtown Jacksonville. Join the movement at alz.org/Jacksonville.
Get out of the heat and into the action with the Jacksonville Sharks coming up Sunday, June 28th. Kickoff 7:30 and tickets start at just $15. Be one of the first 1,000 fans and receive a free light stick. It's Red Out Night. Wear a red shirt and let's make the tank a sea of red. Witness history as Aaron Garcia becomes the first player ever inducted into the Sharks Ring of Honor, presented by Kia on Atlantic. Bring the whole crew and try our family 4-pack. 4 tickets and $50 in food vouchers for only $100. The fun continues on the field after the game with our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Bar. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. That's 621-0700.
Get out of the heat and into the action.
Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Wednesdays on XL Primetime are teed up by the Golf Club at Southampton with brand new greens on the way. Follow along on their Facebook page.
Cool going out to Southampton this past week and seeing the McCurrick Golf Company renovate the greens, basically renew everything around the greens complexes. And then now they're going to start to sprig, as they say, these greens and grow the grass in. But they were rolling grass. I posted a little piece on Instagram and on Facebook. And Derek DiStefano, owner, proprietor of the golf club at Southampton, that's all the Vals except you. And he was all fired up about what they've been doing. And they're going to kind of work the tee box area and everything else. But there are people that are out there still practicing all the time. You can get a membership to the range. You can keep your game sharp. You can head on in and enjoy the clubhouse. They have dinner throughout the week, not every single night, but you can check it all out on their Facebook page. Make sure you check out the golf club at Southampton. Now, the NFL Top 100 has started on NFL Network, and we need to get to a couple of guys that have made it at the back half of the Top 100. And we'll do that after we talk about this CBS Sports piece about your Jacksonville Jaguars, as we've got former linebackers coach for the Jaguars here with us, Mark Duffner. So I shot you the story, Coach. Sure. And basically it says these teams had the worst off seasons in the National Football League. When you see Jacksonville as a part of I'm going to read what they said, but what do you think of immediately? They had a lousy off season.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you're really paying it close attention, because, I think personally, some people judge the offseason on how many transactions you make. Well, if you're making a lot of transactions, you're probably struggling. A team that had a lot of problems and were struggling. Here's a 13-4 team where the powers to be, the decision makers, are pretty happy with the returning players that they've got, and it felt like that they had few adjustments to make in a team that's moving forward. So I think it gives somebody something to write about and maybe talk about, but I don't put a lot in it.
The first thing I do think of is that when you don't have to, kind of following what you're saying, when you don't have to hit a panic button and pay, and let's just go back a couple of years and pay Christian Kirk and make him the highest paid wide receiver by virtue of need, not because of how good he was. You were desperate and you signed that cat to one of the most expensive contracts a receiver was getting that offseason.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that if I'm a Jaguar fan, I'm pretty pleased in the fact that we've got pretty efficient and pretty good decision makers in terms of how our club is put together right now, and that we're not in that situation. We're not out with fire sales and things like that.
It's also, by the way, the worst, he says.
Yeah.
The worst
so
in
let's
the
at least,
NFL.
let's at least set it up. Okay. Off season's biggest losers. This is off of CBS Sports, and it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 5, the Falcons. 4, the Packers. The Patriots, 3. That's all Diana Rossini. Number 2, the Cardinals, and then number 1, your Jaguars. And
4 of those 5 teams will be in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Correct.
When you go back and just look at it, and you think of it, the reigning AFC South champions, this is how it's written by Jordan Dejani, is that the AFC South champion Jaguars did not earn high marks from pundits when it came to free agency or the draft. The Jags objectively got worse in free agency, losing linebacker Devin Lloyd, running back Travis Etienne, cornerback Greg Newsome, and safety Andrew Wingard.
Dewey.
The only players Jacksonville signed from outside the organization this year were reserves. Chris Rodriguez, pointing out the running back they brought in from Washington, Amir Abdullah, and a couple of other guys. And basically say, they go on to say, in the draft, the Jaguars put together what many would call the worst class this year. And on and on and on. And look, you can judge it a number of different ways. I'm not trying to tell anybody else how to think. I just simply say they have now put together a better roster and look like they have a better coach and a better plan going forward to win a lot of football games.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. And that's the key. I mean, I would evaluate the evaluator, if you will, in terms of how this is all being written up right now. I think let people flap their gums about what's going on. I think right now with what I see on this roster, and what I think clearly more importantly than what I see is what James Gladstone, Tony Baselli, and Liam Combs see as a football team that's ascending. It's got really good positioning across all their different positions, depth, pretty good depth, a couple areas still to address. Every team's got that, but I like the confidence that they've got in the players they've kept, the ones that they've gone out to get. I think, again, we'll see how good this was after this season and maybe after another season. So I think it's all, this gives us off-season talk, but it's, I'm not impressed with that ranking.
I think there's a couple things. Okay, number one, clearly it's the draft that they're focusing on. And then in free agency, they didn't have any money to spend. So it's not like they're going to spend money on free agent. They had to cut people or move people or not pay people, right?
Yeah,
to get under the cap. So that's part of it. And then the draft, I mean, look, let's be honest. If we're really being honest, that draft, we don't know what it's going to be like.
No.
Correct.
We have no idea.
100%.
And if you don't pick until 56, then you pick a blocking tight end. I can understand how people on the outside would be going, what the H? What are you guys doing?
Well, and then you pick a 5'11" defensive tackle with your next pick.
Yeah, he's 6 foot.
Yeah.
He ain't 6 foot. Dude.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you, that's what the measurables say right now. We're going to find out if he plays like a 5'11" guy or a 6'1" guy.
And then your third pick is a guy who clearly was falling, Emmanuel Pregnon.
Yeah.
We don't know why he was falling, but he was falling.
Well, still, if you get him, if he's the 80th pick overall and other people are predicting him to be somewhere at or near the bottom
I
of
don't
the first
disagree
round,
with that.
Then you
look.
That's a plus. That's not
I know,
a neg.
but all I'm saying is, if you're being objective about it, and you're looking at it
that's not
from the
objective.
outside in,
Yeah.
and you're seeing these picks, you're kind of like, okay. Now we've seen Kozil looks really good. Kozil's going to be a player.
Yeah.
They're going to have to find a place for him to get on the field. I think that's obvious. I think Pregnon is a big dude. We'll see what happens when the pads come on. We'll see what happens with Regis when the pads come on, right?
Right.
Sure.
We don't know much about Bo Kircher. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah. I think when you and Coach, you could talk about this because this is the part that I keep saying that Jimmy Gladstone's may have improved the running game without drafting a running back, and that's because of the decision to go get Borkesher, the decision to keep adding to the interior offensive line with Pregnon. And if they can do that and get in 12 and 13 personnel and start to do some things where they free up that running game, it's going to obviously create a lot more offense.
No doubt about it. And then, when you also look at the Liam Combs' relationship with Rodriguez and what he knows about that guy and what he'll bring as a running back to the group, I mean, come on. I think that I like what I've seen, and I'm not a homer or anything else. I think it's been well thought out. And again, no one knows for sure until these guys have been in the program for a while and certainly in pads, and we'll be much better judges of what transpired at the end of this coming season.
Right. And we'll really start to get an understanding of this draft class, I think. The first 2 or 3 weeks in pads, you're going to start to see, okay, like, is Zach Durfee really a guy that can be athletic and long off the edge and can create a problem? Because he looks that way right now with just shorts and a helmet on. And what happens when the pads go on?
Right.
So I mean, it's
for all
that.
these guys.
Yeah, it's really all these guys,
Yeah,
honestly.
for all these guys.
Because they may be right all along with Regis. We look at Regis in helmets and shorts and we're like, that dog ain't going to hunt, right? Well, let's see what happens in pads.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe he goes out there and he just dominates.
Correct.
I think what they're trying to do, and I think this is what we'll come back on this. One of the best things you can do is when you think you've got it figured out and you're constructing a team instead of sizzle signings or anything like that. You're trying to assemble a team that can do what you wanted to do on game day. So we'll get into that coming up. It is XL Primetime on a golf club at Southampton Wednesday, hanging out with Mark Duffner, one of our coaches, right here on XLP.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Wherever you go, there we are.
I know. I checked online.
1010XL is on your smartphone and tablet. Download our free app for all devices and take us with you around Duval and around the world.
Jack C. Wilson Roofing Company is hiring for an estimator. Are you a motivated, customer-focused professional who enjoys working with people and doing things the right way? We want to hear from you. Send your resume to JCW Roof at jcwroof.com or call 904-396-1546. Family owned and operated since 1946. Jack C. Wilson Roofing Company, the first name in Jacksonville roofing.
The new MVP of lunch has arrived. Firehouse Subs Steak and Cheese Melt. USDA Choice Flame-Seared Steak, sauteed red and green bell peppers, caramelized onions, melted provolone cheese, and mayo on a toasted sub roll. Steak and Cheese Melt, only at Firehouse Subs.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
Tom McManus here for Armstrong Fence Company, a locally owned First Coast business for nearly 20 years. Hurricane season is here. Don't wait for the first storm warning. Your fence is your first line of defense. Loose boards, weak posts, or damage can turn into big problems when high winds come around. Armstrong Fence Company handles repairs and builds from stadiums to backyards. Get a pre-storm fence check today. Call Armstrong Fence Company or search online. Armstrong Fence Company. Yeah, we did the fence.
It's Men's Health Month, and Ackerman Urology reminds you that early detection matters for prostate health. If you're over 40, now's the time to get checked. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. So don't wait. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi, this is Dr. George Bari, an orthopedic surgeon who is fellowship trained in sports medicine. If you are a young athlete or a weekend warrior, I treat you with the care and expertise that is needed to diagnose and treat your injury. Come see me at Bari Orthopedics to get the care that you need.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com. And follow Doc on Instagram at Dr.GeorgeBari.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Wednesdays on XL Primetime are teed up by the Golf Club at Southampton with brand new greens on the way. Follow along on their Facebook page.
Don't worry about a thing. JJ Playlist always tells you what to think and how to feel better about what you think. Okay? Light up, okay? That's really basically what he's saying right now.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. Yeah, but the music suggested. There's nothing wrong with a steel drum. And just a little music to put you in a good mood. Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about whether or not the Jaguars deserve to be on the list of top 5 with the worst off seasons this past off season. And you, like Matt just laid out the case, you can easily argue and poke holes in certain things they either did or didn't do. And in the case of the top 100, which we said we were going to bring up, they lose a guy for the first time in his career that was voted among the top 100 in the National Football League. And honestly, that's high praise and worth a round of applause for what Travis Etienne was able to do last year. 13 touchdowns when you consider he went over 1,100 yards rushing, 4.3 yards per carry. He scored 6 times through the air, 7 on the ground for a total of 13 touchdowns, which led the Jaguars. Hell, that's good. That's great for ETN, and you did have to say goodbye to that guy because you weren't going to re-sign him. So those are the things that you can point to. A second-team All-Pro defensively in Devin Lloyd that you had to say goodbye to, that you weren't re-signing. So those are some of the arguments.
And Dewey.
Yeah, and Dewey, yeah. We can't forget Wingard heading west to the desert. But I look at, say, Atlanta, and they were part of this discussion. And the Atlanta Falcons hired a new coach, got one of their great players to come back in as the president, and Matt Ryan. They have now signed 2 pass catchers, in Drake London and Kyle Pitts, to big-time contracts. And they hope that they have a healthy Michael Penix coming back. Those are all positives. But the one big neg for them was James Pierce. What happened with him? That was a pretty big black eye for that team in the offseason. Then you go to the Green Bay Packers and you take a look at what they did lose, and it also makes some sense why they might be on this list, because they lost Romeo Dobbs, Dubes, as I like to call him, Quay Walker. If you take a look at the decision to move Rashawn Gary, there's a lot of things that they did not end up keeping. For a reason or another, they had to say goodbye to guys. So Green Bay took some dings. They did.
Yeah.
That you can at least see.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And again, I always would give it up to the personnel people and the coaching staffs. They're doing this every single day, and obviously they're trying to make their team better. And so I think their decisions, merit the wait and see attitude by us is to see how it all turns out. I mean, a lot of it's
right. That's what I've been saying all season. They have the capital now.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So
They the 13-4, or I guess 13-5 because of the loss in the playoffs gives them the capital.
Right.
They completely turned this thing around in one season.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
They were a couple. A missed field goal and then a field goal that should have been kicked away from winning that playoff. And who knows what happens after that?
Correct.
After beating the Bills, they were the best team in the AFC last year.
You just hope like heck
at the end
that
of the season
they keep it going. That's what all Duval wants, to know that this regime, this new power structure, the triumvirate of Tony Baselli, James Gladstone, and Liam Cohen is going to pay off in a big way, not just a one-year wonder and back to the old Jaguar way, that they are a regular postseason performer. Let's make this the 10-10 take, because there's one other big piece of this offseason that could pay off big time.
10-10 take. Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Served up by Wingstop. Can't stop Wingstop.
Don't forget to take advantage of their bundle that they've offered you with a great deal for a limited time. 20 boneless wings, choice of 4 flavors, couple dips, a large fry. You're going to cash in big. You can definitely check it out. Just order up on Wingstop, and don't forget, join Club Wingstop. Easy to go to 1010xl.com/Wingstop and get in on it. So Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be a big talking point heading into this season, with now Liam Cohen, this offense, Trevor Lawrence taking a huge step forward, a lot of things to be positive about. But the big question mark is, what can Brian Thomas Jr. be in 2026? Because he wasn't anywhere near what you wanted him to be in 2025. If he shows out and has that season that returns him to a bit of glory, and fans are fired up to see number 7 on the football field hooking up with number 16, that will be a huge offseason win for them. That's the 10-10 take. And it does come down to Trevor Lawrence taking a huge step forward, and Brian Thomas Jr. rejoining the ranks of a great player receiving the football in the teal and black.
All right. I kind of like the cut of your jib right there.
Yeah.
You're kind of using Brian Thomas coming back as a big offseason addition.
Yeah, because I would consider that a big offseason accomplishment for this football team.
Okay. All right.
If they can get him to get right.
If Walker Little just magically becomes this really solid left tackle, that's also an offseason addition as well.
Let's not get out of hand here.
Well,
okay?
I would throw out, how about Travis Hunter? If we get a full season out of him, what that's going to be in terms of an off-season deal. So I mean, I'm optimistic about it. I really am.
I love July, Joe.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that you can find any little slimmer of hope and go, hey.
It's not even here yet.
Hey, that's that's an addition.
Well, what has the buzz been, honestly, with the OTAs and minicamp?
Yes, of course.
It's been
him.
number 7.
It's all he is the entire buzz of OTAs and minicamp. Yes.
And so if you do get him
until that first hit in training camp,
of course,
we'll see.
No,
right.
He's making the turn.
Yeah, because we really don't know what he's going to be, obviously, until he gets in game situations and does it on a regular basis. And you know this as well as we do, Duff. You can't just do it one game. You got to do it the next game, the next game, the next game.
Yeah, but all I will say is that every opportunity he's had so far this spring, he did it every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, I like the trend right now as far as where that's going, that's for sure. And, there was one other play. The last day of minicamp, there was a play, Parker Washington, who had a great camp, but he scores on a deep ball, excellent effort, run, making people miss, et cetera, to score, again. And then who was right next to him, leading the way, running fast as he could, was Tootin. And that play just kind of was, to me, reflective of how their training camp, minicamp went. I mean, everybody was participating at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I throw.
Everybody, let's hope. Again, this is hope, and I hate that word.
Yeah.
They realized how close they were last year. The problem is with this franchise is it's always been just so hit and miss, and way more miss than hit. So you don't know how guys are going to react to a big season.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they were the best team in the AFC last year at the end of the season.
I'm with you on that.
They should have won the AFC last year.
I think they got that taste, and they got it in their blood right now. And I think, as I said, I think they're on a mission right now to understand there's more meat on the bone, has been said, and unfinished business, and they're determined to show you that.
But are they that team that realizes there's just as much danger in making the climb again as there is in making the climb initially? Now it's everybody knows you're coming.
Oh yeah.
Now everybody knows what you got. Now everybody knows you had a finalist for the MVP at your quarterback. So now they know what's going on.
Yeah, I think that they served notice as the season went on, especially last part of this, the season. And so, yeah, I think they're clearly on everybody's bullseye right now as far as that's concerned. But I think they welcome that right now. I like the attitude I see. I didn't see any hesitancy. I didn't see any lackadaisical. I saw a focused group that, again, they continue what I saw this spring. I think we're going to like what we see.
Yeah, you think about it, the teams that are the hunted, if they do it right, they're constantly the hunted because you want to be them, and they keep being them. They keep showing up. The teams that win their division on a regular basis, and we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs before the injury to Pat Mahomes. They were a constant, a regular. The Buffalo Bills, they ain't going away type of feeling. And you can go to the others. The Broncos are trying to introduce themselves to that. The Patriots make it to the Super Bowl. They're trying to say, hey, this is the Drake May era. We're now going to prove that we are going to be there on a regular basis. And obviously Jacksonville's trying to prove the exact same thing. I was just going to chant Gus Bradley right there. We believe we will win. That's what this team's trying to do on a regular basis. We will head into the 1 o'clock hour. Coach Mark Duffner hanging out with us. It is XL Primetime. Big Sirs with a few days off. Joe C., Matty Hayes, and JJ.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Go big or go home.
Those are the rules. I didn't make them up.
1010 XL.
An accident with a big truck can change everything in a matter of seconds. Medical bills start piling up, you're missing work, and the trucking company's lawyers, they get to work immediately. That's why you need a law firm that moves just as fast. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we fight for truck accident victims, digging into the details and holding negligent drivers and their trucking companies accountable. We don't get paid unless you do. Big trucks have big lawyers. You need a stronger fighter. Campione Law. Visit CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Campione Law.
Joe C. for Wingstop, and you want to cash in on this deal while it lasts, okay? A boneless meal deal for 2, 20 boneless wings, choice of 4 flavors, a large fry, a couple of dips, all for $16.99. You're talking, look at the World Cup schedule today. It's incredible. It goes into the night, so order up at Wingstop. This is only going to last for a limited time. While you're crushing that deal, make sure you get in to Club Wingstop. And basically, they're giving you 10 points for every single dollar you spend. You can sign up at 1010xl.com/Wingstop. I did it. Super easy to sign up, and then you're going to start cashing in on deals. Make sure you check it out, Club Wingstop, and order up some delicious wings.
What if your next fun day out costs you $70 to play all day? That's exactly what you get at the Battalion Airsoft Arena, the only indoor airsoft battlefield in Jacks. Skip the same old boring entertainment choices and step into real action with your crew. Perfect for birthdays, company team building, graduation parties, or just epic weekend fun. No experience? No problem. The Battalion package includes everything: gun, mask, and ammo with unlimited play. So lock in your mission now at BattalionAirsoftArena.com.
Join Sporting News Jacksonville correspondent Pete Prisco for NFL News and Notes. Of course. Thursday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Frank Frangie and Hayes Carline. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Whether you're undertaking a major home renovation or just a simple repair request, American Electrical is your 5-star Jacksonville-based electrician to get the work done right. Experienced design building department working seamlessly with their electrical contracting department to help you create beautiful lighting spaces and electrical plans that make your house flow. And remember, with American Electrical, it's wired right at a fair price. Call American Electric at 737-7770. Look for that red, white, and blue eagle on the side of their truck, and you'll know it's American Electrical.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home this week and weekend at VyStar Ballpark. Tomorrow is Coors Light Thirsty Thursday. They'll light up the sky with post-game fireworks on Friday, plus a Red Caps basketball jersey giveaway on Saturday, courtesy of Florida Blue. Join them on Sunday at 2:05 p.m. as they wrap up Red Caps weekend. Get your tickets now at jackshrimp.com. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball.
Hey, it's Greg, and if you've seen me around the 1010XL offices, I'm now down 29 pounds thanks to Awaken 180, and honestly, I feel fantastic. I'm sleeping better, moving better, and apparently I'm even walking faster. My son came home from college and said, "Dad, it's night and day." He couldn't believe how much weight I'd lost. Some people have actually started referring to me as skinny, which I haven't heard that in decades. What I've really noticed is the mental side of it. You know, there's something powerful about seeing progress, feeling better about yourself, and knowing you're moving in the right direction. And the support has been incredible. My Awaken 180 coach, family, friends, coworkers, they keep encouraging me, and it's helped me turn better choices into real habits. I'm more than halfway to my goal, and it's actually getting easier. If you're a regular guy like me who's put this off for too long, don't wait another week. Awaken 180 helps you lose weight fast, but more importantly, teaches you how to keep it off. Schedule a consultation today and see what Awaken 180 can do for you. Awaken180weightloss.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Battalion Airsoft Arena. Round 1 of the 2026 NBA Draft has come and gone. Round 2 will be tonight at 8 p.m. with the draft picture beginning to crystallize in the second round. Bleacher Report did give their 2-round mock draft and have the Orlando Magic selecting point guard Jacoby Gillespie out of Tennessee with the 46th pick. That's the Magic's lone pick in this year's draft. Right now, 88 degrees at 102. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's team time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Wednesdays on XL Primetime are teed up by the Golf Club at Southampton with brand new greens on the way. Follow along on their Facebook page.
The Golf Club of Southampton fired up for what is coming, and they started putting ring of grass around the actual putting surface, and they're all done, and now they start to sprig, plant, seed the new Bermuda that they will have growing on these greens, and then you just sit back and let Mother Nature take its course, and it will be looking good before you know it. You can definitely log on to their Facebook page and check out all the progress. We got Coach Mark Duffner hanging out with us, Joe C., Matty Hayes, JJ, as we are talking NFL and Jaguar football. I think we need to look at the AFC South as a whole.
By the way, real quick, did you guys hear this? Is Trevor Lawrence's wife pregnant again, and they're having a boy?
They said that they're expecting towards the end of the year, I believe.
Is that right, JJ?
Yeah, it was during mandatory minicamp that I know he was asked one question about that.
That's one thing I don't care about.
Yeah.
Players' personal lives.
Yeah, and
so
I
is there
do
a number
believe,
8 on the way?
Yeah.
Because he's 16, so half of that would be 8.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he already have a kid?
Yeah. So one that I believe was right around turning 2, maybe.
Yeah, he does.
And
He's got a
another
daughter.
one on the way.
Yeah, he's got a daughter.
Yeah.
And you heard it's going to be due when? December?
I think just before the end of the year, I think is what I heard.
All right.
But it was one of those questions where you're just like, what are they talking about? And it's just, that personal life Q&A that they like
doesn't
to
do
ask.
anything for you.
Nonsense,
Yeah.
BS. Yeah,
It doesn't do anything for you?
I hate it.
Really?
I hate when they all
This
ask
is
about
another
it
old
and
man
like
moment from him.
No, it's not.
I'm just keeping track.
Dude, I speak for like the majority of sports fans.
I
dude.
agree
Come
with you.
on.
I'm just this
but
is
like
more.
the media people love to ask those questions because they're like they think they're like friendly with Trevor.
Yeah, it's the human interest.
Yeah, it's like no.
So you think that I think I'm friendly with Trevor?
No, you're not. You don't go down there every day.
What am I here to amuse you?
You're not a.
Am I a
What do
clown?
you call the people who are like a beat guy? Yeah,
Am I a
exactly.
clown?
Yeah.
Do I amuse you?
Yeah. You're the one who asked about whether he was having another
Goodfellas.
baby.
How do you not get that?
Yeah.
I said that. Do I amuse you? I just said it. What do you mean? I just kept it going.
Done, good fellas.
Yeah,
I got
like
it.
a clown. You think I'm funny? Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How am I funny, JJ? How?
All right. So I started out by saying the NBA with their draft last night, 2 coaches were hired within the last couple of days before a draft.
You don't think they had much say in the pick?
Like Dusty May comes rolling in from Ann Arbor and they say, "Hey, coach, you're in charge, but just wait until we finish this draft."
We got this one under control, coach.
And then the Trailblazers go and get Micah Nori and just hire him like 24 hours before the draft. Can you imagine in an NFL world? And Coach Duff, you have been in many war rooms, draft rooms for NFL teams, having coached in the NFL forever. Can you imagine that?
No, you'd have to have immense trust in the GM and the pro personnel group and done your homework prior to accepting that job and saying, hey, I trust these guys and what they're going to get done. And hopefully you still have some input because you were in preparation for the draft. But no, that would be a tough sled.
You know they took Perez Johnson, right?
Well,
it's his guy at Michigan. That's Dusty's star at Michigan.
What does that mean? I'm talking about the actual hiring of a guy.
I know, but my
48
point
hours.
is, like, do you think Dusty May had no input at all in their first round pick?
I would think they were probably texting back. I'm just saying the very simple notion of a guy walking in off the street, which basically what he was as far as the Dallas Mavericks are concerned.
Right. But my thing is this.
They've been
if you're
talking.
Dusty May, you do not go to that job if they tell you have no control over the draft.
Yeah, but not getting Mara. That's a guy that Oklahoma City gets, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to combat them. And
I know, but I'm speaking just specifically to Dusty May. I can guarantee you he had control in this draft.
I'm not even debating that. I'm just simply saying it's a bizarre situation when you have the way the NBA works versus the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my whole point.
But you're also, but you have to also understand this. The NBA is, you'll be lucky if one of the guy hits. One.
Yeah. I
Whereas
know.
the NFL, you got, I mean,
you're
all over the place, man.
Well, you're hoping half of them hit. It's
you got
a much
Bo
larger.
Kersher, you got Kozil, you're all over the place.
It's a much larger roster. I get all that. I'm just simply saying, I just can't imagine a world when you say, hey, we are about to draft our future. And, oh, by the way, here's our head coach.
Yeah, we like
well, it's because they know that the head coach probably isn't part of the future.
Yeah,
not exactly.
Maybe not.
The timing.
Not in the NBA.
Sure.
Well, Dustin May, they are counting
Dustin
on
May,
him being.
they think is going to be there for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the players are so much more important. In
yes,
this
I agree with that. Yes, he easily. You're right. Like after 1 year, if they go like 20 and whatever,
Peace
62,
out.
he's out.
It's
man.
just a weird dynamic. It really is. And the way the NFL has owned our sports calendar, the season ends in February, and we don't quit talking about the draft until, we don't quit talking about the draft. It just goes on and on and on. Whereas this one, they finish up the season, they go, okay, the draft's next Tuesday.
I think we talk about the draft in this city much more than most NFL cities.
No, you just turn on the television, and around the clock, it's draft talk, draft talk, draft talk, draft talk. In any NFL city, obviously, is going to do it. But NFL fans, everywhere you go, Coach, would you say they talk about the draft a bunch compared
Constantly? Yeah,
baseball or
not
basketball?
Even close.
Or
it's not even close. Absolutely, they do. I mean, it's a evolving situation all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I would tend to lean with JJ on that.
Yeah.
With this city specifically because
it's a one-horse town as far as
it's not even that.
sports.
It's not even that because it's all they've had for majority of the seasons in their franchise history. That's all they've had is a draft. It's always been all right. Let's see what we can get in the draft.
Well, yeah, because it is a one-team town. That has
I know, but I'm saying it's also they haven't
because they
won.
have a high draft pick every year.
They haven't won, and the draft is always all right. Let's reset.
Mm-hmm.
Let's reset with the draft. Let's reset. That's why I would tend to agree with JJ a little bit that this town is way more invested in the draft than I think other NFL towns. I think NFL towns are completely invested.
Yeah,
I'm just saying this town with the history of this team, the history of losing with this team,
right.
and the hope that this team, these fans have, these crazy passionate fans have. Yeah, every year when a majority of the years it's just reset.
Well, yeah, I guess I think immediately of the AFC South, and I want to hit a couple of these other teams and what they did do or didn't do in the offseason. The Indiana Pacers, they have other things that are going on. They got Nashville Preds. They got the the Astros and
Caitlin and the Fever, yeah.
And the
But
Rockets.
we're talking about the draft
Yeah.
here in like during the season some years,
Yeah.
like
That's
most
true.
years.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
let's be
saying, like,
honest.
that ain't
In
happening.
September, sometimes
that
we're
ain't
talking about
happening
draft.
in other NFL towns.
Maybe
Cleveland.
Yeah, that I will agree with.
When they were
because-
what 0-5 with Herb, already drafted.
Oh, of course.
yeah.
Halloween draft talk. That part I get. I'm just talking about from NFL cities as a whole. The NFL runs the major sports channels with the draft.
Right.
talk.
So your point is, if the Browns suck, all right, then we'll just move on to the Cavs, or we'll just move on to the Indians.
Yeah, they have.
Sorry, the Guardians. Freudian slip.
I'll dump that.
Right. Sorry about that. God.
Multi sports that
My
they get to
God.
enjoy around the clock.
Heavens me.
All right, so when you think about the Titans, and the son-in-law also is another one obsessed with the draft, and so he's up there in Nash Vegas, and he's talking about it all the time. So when you compare what Jacksonville
Another great franchise.
yeah, that has to talk about the draft early. That what this team did or didn't do in the offseason, the Titans are trying to figure it out. They're trying to sort it out. Now they got the energy from a new hire. They bring in Robert Saleh. They've got Jeffrey Simmons getting his new deal. Coach, he said the other day, it's nice for him to be in a defense that's going to be attacking.
Yep.
So we're going to see where they go, and then obviously
Everybody's new defense is attacking, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody's.
Well, Houston's not a new defense; they're still attacking. Yeah, they're taking names. That's for sure. But anyway, what do you think about the other divisional foes and how they did in the offseason?
Well, when you talk about Tennessee, I mean, what they did when they lost Sweat, I think they lost Sweat, a defensive lineman there, the big lineman. They brought in this Franklin Myers.
Mm-hmm.
They added Robinson at wide receiver. Two corners they brought. I think Taylor and Flott were two guys that joined their staff that are often or their personnel grouping and familiar with Robert Saleh and what he's done there. So, and then getting Carnell Tate as a wide receiver in the draft, a big explosive player for him. I think they addressed a lot of their problems with positive additions as far as that's concerned. I still think they're going to have questions at the offensive line looking at them and how they're going to protect their quarterback. But I thought they were pretty active in it. It looks like they added some good players. We'll see again like everybody else.
Yeah, they got to get a guy who can catch it, take it deep, which they hope is Carnell Tate.
Right.
And they were wondering what would happen with Jeremiah Love. They didn't get him. They get Tate. And then they obviously need to make sure that they got people up front blocking for Cam Ward because that's a major concern.
Plus, Cam kind of didn't really play that well to the last couple games.
Yeah, they're worried a little bit about it up there, I would think.
Yeah.
All right, well, Houston coming up here in just a second, but just as far as off seasons are concerned, the reason we brought it up is because of the panning of this one here locally. You guys jump in, 641-1010, hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
How dare you talk to me in that fashion? Who are you?
1010XL.
Oh, yes, I've heard of you. They say you're pretty handy with a sword. Let's find out.
92.5 FM.
Frank Frangie here. Truck Month is back at Nimnik Buick GMC, and so is 0% financing for 60 months on GMC Sierra trucks. I know all about that. I drive a GMC Sierra from Nimnik. I really do, and I really love it. And rates haven't been this low in years. With the largest selection of GMC Sierra trucks in the region, Nimnik Buick GMC is the place to go. It's what you've been dreaming about, and I promise you they treat you right. Shop at NimnikBuickGMC.com or head to the showroom on Phillips Highway. The best prices, the best service. That's easy. Nobody but Nimnik.
Hey guys, Prosser here. When you need new windows or doors, you want high-end quality without the middleman markup. That's exactly why I'm telling you about Cash Building Material. Same premium materials, same beautiful finishes, but at a price that actually makes sense for your home. No subcontractors, no runaround, just their own experienced crews who treat your house like it's theirs. Get a quote today, thank me tomorrow. For windows and doors, search Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
When you want to know what's happening in Gainesville, roll with the Gator Report. I'm Joe C. Listen for updates on Florida Gator athletics several times a week on 1010XL. Built by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
Go, Gator!
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Hey, you playing poker tonight?
Only if it's at Best Bet.
Cash games or tournament?
Why not both?
I heard the action has been crazy lately.
Well, there's great games, fun crowd, drinks flowing. It's the best poker in town.
All right, text the group. We're all in.
Your game starts at Best Bet. Whether you're chasing the final table or out for just a fun night, Best Bet is your place for poker, food, drinks, and nonstop action. With 3 area locations, there's a Best Bet near you. Details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Renovations are underway at the golf club at Southampton, but that doesn't mean you still can't come out and hone your game. The practice facility is open Tuesday through Sunday with a great membership offer to work on your game year-round. Log on to golfsouthampton.com or check out their Facebook page. Work on your tee game, iron play, shots around the green, and of course your putting. It's all there and a great way to stay fresh until they unveil fresh new greens in October. Check it all out at the golf club at Southampton. Call 287-PLAY.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Wednesdays on XL Primetime are teed up by the Golf Club at Southampton with brand new greens on the way. Follow along on their Facebook page.
So we mentioned Travis Etienne making the top 100 in the NFL Network countdown of the top 100. And as they just got this thing cranking, they've got a Quentin Nelson, number 99. Cam Jordan starts off the top 100, and as good as he's been for as long as he's been, certainly that makes sense. Coach Duff hanging out with us, and you're nodding your head because that guy just is a producer, 37 years of age. And then what did he say? He finally said, I might as well just play one more year with the Saints. Why would I want to go anywhere else? He's going to be a superstar when he leaves the game, but he is still uber productive.
Oh, no question about it. He's been a force at every single season in the league for him. I wish I had the privilege to coach him, that's for sure.
10.5 sacks, Coach.
Unbelievable.
This last year.
Yeah, no, and a team guy, in every way, shape, or form. So kudos to him, and what a terrific career he's had.
All right, so 98 is Bryce Young, and this is something that we were talking about pre-show. And when you take a look at what he was able to do in a lot of ways, first off, quarterback's going to get more love than any other position, okay? So let's just at least say that right off the jump. If you're going to make the top 100 and you're picking positions, quarterback being the most important, you're going to see those guys land on this list. And they had a 3-point loss to the LA Rams. And when you think about the team that everyone now is earmarking to make it to the Super Bowl next year, they played them toe-to-toe.
Sure did.
Yeah.
No, no doubt. They served notice in that game. There's no doubt. Yep.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And basically what he did was reclaim his career. He put himself back in position, not unlike Trevor had a much more higher ascent to the end of the season than what Bryce Young had.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. But at the same time, he still was able to reclaim a little bit of glory and respect.
A little. I don't think he's one of the top 100 players in the league.
It's just the position.
I know it is, but I mean, you watched him not only in that last season he played better, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You watching that playoff game, he's not a guy you're going to win playoff games with. He's just not.
Career best in passing yards, touchdowns, and completion percentage.
No doubt about that, but I'm with Matt. Still too inconsistent in his play.
Yeah.
Where he, really doesn't. You're not afraid of him dominating the game with you. So that's.
No, you don't win because of him. You win with him.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just interesting that really I just boil it down to the importance of the position that put him there. Right. Demario Davis, number 95, and they will keep it going with their countdown as they're just starting to unveil it. How many Jags do you think will end up on this list when we're looking back? You already have
Trevor, definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
For sure.
You're going to have a tough time after that.
You're going to have a really tough time.
Antonio Johnson with 5 picks, does he make it? Probably not, but he is definitely.
Will after this year. He's going to.
He's definitely a guy that is on the up.
No doubt. No doubt.
There aren't too many other ones that you would list as candidates right now. Throw the stat out that you had earlier.
Maybe Josh Hines Allen. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you, the guy. Brenton Strange has got to be.
Potential to make it this year.
Yeah, for sure. This year,
Parker Washington might make it this year.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
What was the number you had with Brenton Strange? His record?
11-1 when he started, when he was able to play 11-1, and we had the Jags averaged about 31 points a game, and when he didn't play, they were 2-3 and down to about 22 points a game. So, obviously, great production when he played for us, and
got to stay on the field.
Also, and also certainly caught the attention of the opponent's defense. That's for sure.
He's a dominating, mauling type of player at the line of scrimmage at his position when it comes to making sure that he's the 6th offensive lineman, but he knows he wants more than that. Contract year, we're talking about how they're going to divvy up the football and who's going to get what. And now you got 2 more tight ends that are part of a draft class that are also hoping to be instrumental in this uptick offensively and getting the run game going. They want to be part of the passing game as well.
I could see them having just one guy, honestly. And
Parker?
And quite frankly, no, Trevor.
Just Trevor. Okay,
and quite frankly, that wouldn't be such a bad thing.
No, I thought you meant beyond him, but yeah.
That wouldn't be such a bad thing if the only guy they have in the top 100 is Trevor.
Yeah,
because then the rest of that team,
no, it's a motivator.
It's a little juiced, man.
Yeah,
keep feeding the hunger.
Yeah.
But the guy that, again, and it was talked about earlier, the guy that you think also should be mentioned there is Foye. Luvicon, his statistics are about identical when you put him side by side with Demario Davis. Now, I know Demario Davis has been a perennial, fine player, but my God, so has this guy. And on the defense, by the way, that was 1 or 2 against the run in the league, was number 1 against the run in the league and number 2 in takeaways. I mean, come on. And this guy was the most productive player. So, I mean, again, arguably, he should definitely merit, in my opinion, being in the top 100.
Yeah, I think if you were to advance this to the next season, this time next year, what's the potential of other guys making it? Well, the pass rushers needs to pay off, okay? That's number 1. Josh Hines Allen needs to be a guy that you think of immediately when you say top 100 players in the National Football League.
I can guarantee you he thinks he's top 100.
Well, yeah, so serve up some stats, and you can be overall PFF graded very high, but get to the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Does Anton get in the top 100?
I don't know. I would have to think you
played well last year.
Yes, but usually that list of offensive linemen, it's rinse and repeat type of thing.
Yeah.
Once you get on the list, it's kind of the Quentin Nelsons we just mentioned. Does he really deserve to be? We have no idea whether it wasn't a particularly good end of their year after such a red-hot start. He's valued and viewed as one of the better offensive linemen in the league for countless years, Coach.
Yeah, you got to crack the 100 and get on the sucker, and then now you got a chance to be a repeat guy. And it's, as we've already been talking, it's tough to get on it.
Yeah, and so if you become a repeat playoff team, then these guys become more top of mind. And so Trayvon with a new contract, Hines Allen coming back as the highest paid defensive player. Go get it done, man.
But what you just talked about, I mean, arguably those 2 guys have got to be in the top 5 or 6 duos on a team. I mean, right now, you look at Houston, for example, they've got Hunter and Anderson as the 2 edge guys that, are a tremendous duo and a feared group as far as defense is concerned. But whether it's Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, that duo of receivers,
right?
Walker and goddamn Hines Allen have got to be a duo that's mentioned in that way. And those 2 guys have got to get into that top 100.
Another thing, too, is maybe the 13-win season is what gets Josh Hines Allen on there, or Parker Washington, or Brenton Strange, or somebody we didn't really think of. You know?
Well,
maybe it gets Anton on.
Yeah, if it becomes a perennial playoff team, if 13 doesn't come out of nowhere, it becomes a regular, becomes expected and anticipated, then they start to get that recognition. The Pro Bowl vote comes with it. And then obviously, if you make it to the postseason and win, then you start being viewed as.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Trevor and Josh Hines Allen. Those are going to be the two guys.
Well, I think Parker, I like that nomination because I also.
I'd love to see Parker on it.
Because if you think of when Jackson Smith.
I'd also like to not see him on it.
Yeah.
Because then I wouldn't really get a pissed off Parker Washington.
Well, I'm talking about the next year because I agree with what you're saying now. I'm talking about this time a year from now.
Yeah.
How many of them make it on?
Well, depending on what they do.
Right. And I'm just right now forecasting and thinking this team's got enough to become a regular playoff team. And then those guys get the recognition that they deserve. If you go back and look at the NFL Network Top 100 over the last handful of years, what is it? Littered with playoff balance.
You know, and a lot of it too is what, as you've been mentioning, the record, and it's going to be how many primetime games are you getting?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it all kind of correlates a little bit. The better you are, all this exposure, all this recognition follows.
What do we say? They had 6 standalone games. Is that right? If you count the 2 in London, they have 6 standalone games, right?
I think that's right.
They have 5. 1 Monday, 1 Thursday, 1 Sunday night, then the 2 NFL,
and then the 2 London.
Yeah, so
London.
5. So they have 5 standalone games,
Right.
basically.
So that's what you're trying to do.
Heck yeah, it is.
Stand
But it hasn't
out.
always, as we know, it hadn't been that way.
No.
So,
I mean,
so this top 100 Pro Bowl selections, primetime games, all those things kind of going, in sequence, if you will.
By the way,
as your team goes.
Travis H.A. or whatever we're calling him, he's in the top 100 right now. What is he, 98, 96?
Yeah, he was of the first 5 that
So
were
those
listed.
that's on his 5 years in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So
And-
that's a start. Devin Lloyd will be on that list. There's no way you go second team All Pro and not be on that list.
I wouldn't think so. But the killer of it all, and this actually would lend credence to the idea that this team had one of the worst off seasons, is that the 2 players that they lost
Were on that
made it on
list.
the top 100. And so that would definitely be a kick in the shorts. But ETN, what he did in a Jaguar uniform earned him this recognition. And there are still a lot of ETN fans out there that wishes he was still wearing the teal and black. But it was
Well,
too
they're not
big.
ETN fans, Joe.
Yeah. Too big of a payday.
They're HA fans.
Yeah,
okay?
they are if they're in Nolans, but as far as I'm concerned, it will always be Travis Etienne. Okay.
I know we need to go to break, but the question now is, where does Trevor fit here? Like, where do they put him?
Top 50, top 60, top 70.
Oh, he's got to be higher
Is
than
he
70 or 60. Got to be
I
higher
think
than
it's got to
60.
be top 50 myself. I mean,
You're a
he's in
finalist for the MVP?
Yeah,
Kidding me?
you're
He's
the
one of
MVP.
5
I mean,
finalists?
come on.
I would think so, but
He's got to be like in the 30s somewhere, bro.
well, we just talked about how valuable the quarterback position is viewed and how
Correct.
easy it is to put more quarterbacks on this list.
And he
because
was not in the 100
the-
last year, right?
The importance of the position, I don't believe. And so,
So
you're
you
looking
go from unranked to like 38?
well, very
I think it's
possible.
possible. Heck yes.
Yeah, and so we'll look back at where he was a season ago. Keep it rolling. It's XL Primetime. JJ, by the way, this is I believe, a 4-day stretch of 6 World Cup games every single day. I see on the text line they're asking you for parlays when it comes to World Cup.
Here's
bets
my
today.
parlay. Don't bet parlays.
Mhm.
Don't be a dumbass.
Well,
Just
listen,
bet games.
I don't need to
Joe
hear
loves a parlay.
And that's why he loses.
I don't need to hear
How
that
many
advice.
stories have we
Okay.
heard? Man, I
So
had
many.
3 out of the
And he
4 that I
loves
won.
parlays,
yeah,
man.
I don't
Dude,
need to
you
hear
are
that.
addicted to parlays.
if
what I
you
told you.
feel comfortable with 3 games,
Yeah.
bet them separately. That would
separately,
be
right,
my
right.
advice to everyone.
Listen, Captain Ron can
Look at the
subscribe.
look on his face. He's so upset you're saying that.
No, listen, I've
He
heard
knows
this.
I'm right.
Yeah, you think this is the first time I've heard this? Are you kidding me? Captain Ron is the one who classically says to me all the time, well, that's a good parlay, but you did bet them individually, right? Well, yes. That's the first start to the parlay. You bet them individually. You look at it, you go, dang, that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to pair them up.
So you're trying to cover yourself, is what you're doing, basically, when you're doing
it's
that.
an
Most
extra-
people don't do that.
it's an
Most
extra
people
large
see
payday.
like, oh, I only have to bet $5 to win like $40.
Most people
And
aren't
it's
Joe,
like,
okay?
No, it's just an extra large payday if
yeah,
that actually comes
so you're
in.
like, oh, I don't have to bet a lot, but I win a lot. But you've bet 100 of these small bets. It makes a difference.
I guarantee
I think he does it because he likes to say, this parlay I hit, where do you hear this?
No, it's more props for me than parlay.
Yeah,
honestly.
Joe's a props guy.
I'm a prop
but he
man.
parlays the props.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah. The other thing is, I guarantee you, 9,000 bets that Brendan Sorsby placed a ton of those small dollar
Oh yeah.
parlays.
Oh yeah. Exactly. And we talked about that.
90% of them were dollar parlay, dollar
exactly.
dollar stuff like that.
But it adds up. But for the guy in the text line, I like South Korea to win tonight against South Africa. And here's an important game to watch today at 3:00. One that you probably wouldn't tune into, but after I tell you this, you will. Qatar versus Serbia. So
got to pay attention to
or
what we're
Bosnia,
saying here.
excuse me. Bosnia versus Qatar. If either one of those teams wins that match, we play them in the knockout round. If it's a draw, it gets a little more trickier. We might play Senegal. But if any of those two teams that are playing each other
They
today
get
at
the
3
US.
win, they play us.
By the way, bro, I think it's Qatar.
Well, Qatar, either
It's kind
one.
of like Turkey A.
I think we'd handle them.
It's Qatar.
No, it's Qatar A.
Yeah,
Qatar A.
It's Qatar. Yeah. Let's just make sure we get it right. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Let the excitement of the game take you away.
Back on top of the college basketball world championship madness.
Your home for play-by-play is 1010XL.
It's a great day to be a Gator.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Hey, it's Joe C. Wingstop just dropped the boneless meal deal for 2. 20 boneless wings, choice of 4 flavors, a large fry, and 2 dips. All for only $16.99. Limited time. And while you're crushing that deal, get in the Club Wingstop loyalty program. 10 points for every single dollar you spend. Sign up now at 1010xl.com/Wingstop. I'm locked in. You need to be too. Wingstop, baby. Get the deal and get in the club. Bonus meal deal for 2 and Club Wingstop. Limited time only at Wingstop.
At the Y, there's no place like this place. More than just a gym, the YMCA is a community where support, connection, and your well-being come first. And now, getting started is easier than ever with Your Rate, an income-based, affordable membership designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget so you can focus on what really matters, feeling better, moving more, and connecting with others. Join today and discover a place where you truly belong. Learn more about Your Rate at fcymca.org.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Fred Taylor. If you've been in an auto accident, you need a team who knows how to get you back on your feet and back to your life. At North Florida Medical Center, they don't just treat the injury, they treat the whole person, from physical therapy to pain management. North Florida Medical Center has a team of experts ready to help you heal and recover. I trust the team here at North Florida Medical Center, and you can too. So don't wait. Call North Florida Medical Center and get the care you deserve.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campion, Campion Law.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pickett here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Lauren Brooks here. If you're like most of us at 1010XL, you have a long list of things you want to get done around the house before football season begins. Do yourself a favor and make an appointment today to check out Closets by Design's new showroom on Phillips Highway, especially the incredible garage. Closets by Design can help turn any garage into a custom organized space. Call 904-878-9393 to schedule your free in-home design consultation and get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and free installation, or online closetsbydesign.com.
Hacker here, and I've had a lot of conversations with buddies of mine in recent weeks and months about, this weight loss deal or this shot they're taking or this pill that suppresses their appetite, and I stop and think, man, I was lucky to find Awaken 180 weight loss. No shots, no appetite suppressants, no pills that they give you and say, all right, we'll talk to you in 2 months. You get real coaching, you get real knowledge, you get a real plan to lose real weight, and more importantly, keep that weight off. Awaken 180 Weight Loss is the best program I've ever been on. I lost over 100 pounds. It gave me my life back. If it's time for you to get your life back, go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800. No shots, no medication, just knowledge. And as we all know, guys, knowledge is power. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, there were two. My golden moment is there were two Jacksonville Jaguars players on the top 100 last year. Josh Hines Allen at 63. Brian Thomas Jr. at 61.
So this team had two of the top 63 players in NFL Network's top 100.
Yes, and Trevor Lawrence nowhere to be found. So he might go from unranked to like in the 30s. Or, I mean, how do you put him in the 40s? If he's a finalist for the NFL MVP, how do you put him not under 40? So that'll be interesting to see where he goes. By the way, my 1A golden moment is did a quick little research.
Right.
You know, and we found a English translator,
Mm-hmm.
and she said it is Qatar.
If you
Qatar.
believe that, that's
just like that, Joe. Qatar.
Yeah.
Just like that. It's not Qatar. That's the American way of saying it.
No, it's not.
Well, we're
actually
American.
AI says the
No,
English
it's not.
version. Yeah, the English version of it is Qatar. I mean, how many times do you have to hear that for you to understand it?
I'm telling you, they say it.
Who's
Qatar.
they?
They say Qatar.
Yeah, who's they?
Qatar.
Somebody on YouTube.
I tell you, you learn a
Qataris.
lot on this show. That's for dang sure.
The Qataris.
Yeah.
I love Matt.
Yeah.
Matt's new outlook on life. He's very progressive.
Oh my
Turkey
God.
A.
Exactly.
Joey A.
That's who we play tomorrow.
So if it's Cartier, it's a totally different deal than Qatar or Qatar.
It is Cartier. and
That's for
Turkey
sure. Totally different deal. All right, let me just make one point here real quick.
There is some Cartier and Turkey A, by the way.
Yeah, on the
I can guarantee you that.
Well, that's true. On the JHA front, okay, last year, Josh Hines Allen was among the top 63, and they voted him in there off of the 2024 stats of 45 tackles, 10 for loss, 8 sacks, 19 quarterback hits, 2 passes defense, 1 forced fumble. And that was off of the heels of the year before. I'm looking at Duff right now. It was almost like a little residual that was left over from the previous year when he went off with the big numbers. If he has back-to-back years of right at 8 sacks, I don't think we see him on the top 100 because basically that's what we're looking at this year.
Wow. You think he drops?
Josh Hines Allen?
From 63 to out.
I'm interested. I kind of feel like he might. Yeah. What do you
There's a
think?
chance of that for sure. Yeah, no, it's. I think that's possible. That's for sure.
What about the pressures, Joe?
Well,
It's the pressures.
My whole point, you keep saying it, is that he did not.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
he's saying it.
Yeah. If you have back-to-back years of 8 sacks, which is what he's had,
right,
that doesn't scream top 100. If you had the 17 and then the 8, then that you live off of that previous year and you stay
Then
in
you've
the
got
top
25
100.
in the last 2 years is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's easier to live off of that.
Right.
Yeah.
The 2 years of 16 total.
So the pressures aren't doing it for you, then is what you're saying.
Well, no, I like them, but I need to see sacks. Okay. I need to see guys get uncomfortable. Duff, when you were coordinating defenses or coaching linebackers, you wanted to create as much havoc on that side of the ball to make quarterbacks freak just a little bit every time they walk to the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You had to get their attention every single snap, whatever it took as far as that's concerned. So absolutely, as Matt has always said, affect the quarterback.
Yeah.
And you've got to do that, whether it be coverage, whether it be rush, pressures, sacks, batted balls, forced incompletions, all of it.
When you were doing tape study after a game, did you ever stop the tape and like single out a player and say, "That's a pressure"? Now that's how you pressure. We need more pressures like that.
If I was trying to be positive with the player, absolutely I did. Hey, look, again, let's get a little bit more. But yeah, I'm trying to build up his confidence and get more out of him. Yes.
So let me give you another number from Josh Hines Allen being ranked among the NFL top 100 after the 24 season. JHA, this is NFL Pro Insight,
right?
Accounted for 26.2 share of Jaguars team pressures in 24. the third highest team pressure share in the NFL. So he gets credit for being the third highest because he had the most of this team. This team didn't have enough pressures. And that's why he got 26%, more than 1 out of every 4, because there weren't enough other guys doing work either.
Yeah. Well,
right?
For sure. And we got to get more guys doing work. That's for darn sure.
And so in 24, he had 67 total pressures, 9th among edge defenders.
Right. All I'm saying is if he had 11 or 12 sacks, then I'd say he also led the league in pressures. Then I'd throw that in there because he was top 3 in pressures. Because then it's a little more, you got a little more.
Like a cherry on top.
Yeah, you got double-digit sacks. Then you're like actually doing something.
That's a cherry on top of the ice cream, not just a cherry in an empty bowl.
There is no ice cream. There is no ice cream.
But the way he looks at it is that's the ice cream is the pressure, and the sack is the cherry.
Yeah, there is no ice cream here. And so we need the ice cream for us to get to the cherry on top. And the other thing is when you think of 67 total pressures, if it represents a total of a dozen sacks with the 67 total pressures, and then you say 9th among edge defenders, now you're doing work.
Yeah, you got some pop.
Yeah.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah, now you're getting a guy off of his spot and making him uncomfortable, which this team, we know, did not do enough of that.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
Before we have to break, we have to talk about one of our favorite characters on XL Primetime, Brian Kelly.
Nice.
Brian Kelly.
Southerner.
Yep, of course. He's taken a job as CBS Sports as a college football analyst for the upcoming season. He will likely call Mountain West games.
Wow.
So he's going to have to pack a bag.
Life comes at you fast.
He's going to have to pack a bag, go through security,
in Boise,
greet people, and they'll say, "Is that Coach Brian Kelly?" And he'll say, "Howdy, partner. How you doing?"
The key point there is greeting people. That's the key point.
Yeah. So he did his little debut, I believe, during the NFL draft coverage, if I remember right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he popped on CBS Sports HQ and on CBS Sports Network.
He'll actually be really good at it because he's got a good football mind, so he'll be good at it.
Sure. I'm very curious about
he's doing games.
His willingness to travel.
Yeah, like he's not in studio.
The actual interacting with people is what you're saying.
I don't know. All right, that's a good one.
I can't wait to watch Utah State versus who's even in that conference, Matt? Boise.
Well, they're all the states in the new Pac-12.
Okay,
they're all
Oregon
States.
State.
Oregon State.
No, it's not the Pac-12.
Fresno
it's the Mountain
State,
West.
Washington State. Oh, he's only doing Washington State, and that's all the non-states from the old Mountain West.
Okay.
It's now RIP MWC.
And UNLV and Nevada, and
they've given life back to the Pac-12 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're all rejoining. They shouldn't even be allowed to keep the name.
That's honestly. How you remember the Pac-12. It's all states, including think of all the West Coast ones, and then Texas State's also there.
Texas State. I hate what happened to this sport, man.
They joined the Pac-12. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they are.
Good.
They're officially part of the Pac-12.
By the way, they got a really cool stadium, Texas State.
The Cal Bears.
They do. I'm not hating on Texas State. I'm just the whole thing.
But the Cal Bears and the Stanford Cardinal are part of the Atlantic Coast.
Yes.
And Texas State is part of the Pacific 12. Go make sense out of that.
Yeah, Miami opens the season.
SMU's on the Atlantic Coast in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
It's the Any Coast.
It's about as far away from water as you can get.
Well,
Miami opens the season playing an ACC game in Stanford.
Yeah, make sense out of that.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios, polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Summer is finally here, and it's time to take advantage of Zero Res's best deal of the summer. Hicken here. Don't let rising gas prices stop you from having a clean and healthy home. Zero Res is keeping comfortable, affordable, with a powerful cleaning at a price families can feel good about. Zero Res can handle every surface in your home. Carpets, tile, grout, hardwood, laminate, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and more. Take 25% off all services except air duct cleaning. That's $5.99 per system for air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010XL special.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Insurance companies have teams of lawyers working to protect their bottom line. I'm Chris Campione of Campione Law, and you deserve someone just as focused on protecting your bottom line. We go head-to-head with insurance companies every day, and they know our name. Giving you peace of mind and delivering results is our job. With no fees unless we win, there's no risk to get the help you need. Visit CampionLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Count on Campion, Campion Law.
Get out of the heat and into the action with the Jacksonville Sharks coming up Sunday, June 28th. Kickoff 7:30 and tickets start at just $15. Be one of the first 1,000 fans and receive a free light stick. It's Red Out Night. Wear a red shirt and let's make the tank a sea of red. Witness history as Aaron Garcia becomes the first player ever inducted into the Sharks Ring of Honor, presented by Kia on Atlantic. Bring the whole crew and try our family 4-pack. 4 tickets and $50 in food vouchers for only $100. The fun continues on the field after the game with our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. That's 621-0700.
Get out of the heat and into the action.
Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
Frank Frangie here. 1010XL wants to know who you are. We are conducting a listener profile survey. What home improvement practices do you plan to do? What do you like best about us? All you have to do is go to 1010XL.com and fill out the survey. You could win tickets to the Jags home opener, Gator football, and Jumbo Shrimp tickets, or great 1010 swag. Just go to 1010XL.com and enjoy letting us know more about you so we can do a better job of serving you.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
For the greenest, luscious lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's team time, Farah doesn't flinch. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Junior out with the sore knee. And now Caglione. Wow. Where will that land? How about in the catwalk? That is a Caglione jack. He almost hit it out of the stadium. And that's hit well. Deep into left center field and off the top of the wall. And now they make the call that it's gone. It was the second base umpire, Emil Jimenez, who went out, did not react immediately. But it is a 2-home-run game for Jack Caglione. What a homecoming. And the Royals lead Shane McClanahan and the Rays 6-1.
Homecoming for the Florida Gators. He went back to his Tampa roots and just sent them out of the park with velocity. That's for sure. You love when you hear the call, a Caglione Jack, and Jack Caglione. If you look at the stats right now, in his last 14 games, he has 3 multi-home run games, 3 games with at least 4 times reaching base safely. So he is starting to put it all together for the Kansas City Royals. So there you go. He lit it up last night. American Electrical. They can light up your world. If you need anything residential, commercial, definitely lean on a company in the Duval area for over a quarter century. We're talking master electricians that can help you, and they are hiring right now. Make sure you check out American-Electrical.com with a lot of big jobs coming up. What about Cags, Matt? 23 and a half years old. And just starting to fire from
He's
the
got
hip with that
15
bat.
bombs, right? Is that right?
Somewhere
14
around
or
there.
15. Yeah, he's got a young cat, got a big, bright future, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just a sweet swing, too. I mean, you saw these 2 home runs, right?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
The first one was crazy deep.
Yeah.
And it, like, hit the back wall of the freaking arena. And then the second one, which, as a baseball fan, I like better, taking it to opposite field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just shows what a great hitter guys are.
He's
to me, that's more impressive than just pulling it and hitting it 1,000 feet.
Right.
The best way I think to explain it is he's effortless in what he does, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him pitch in the majors. I'd love to see them allow him to pitch too.
Are you going to try and Shohei him? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
If a guy can throw it, if he's lefty and he can throw it 94, 95 miles an hour, and he's got a big hook like he had at Florida.
Yeah.
Why
that
not?
ship to sailed, man. That
You
ship
think?
sailed. Yeah. He's played too long without pitching. Now.
Right.
It's been multiple seasons.
And there have been a lot of those guys in the college game that have had a lot of
Happens
success.
all the time.
And it just doesn't necessarily translate. You think it can. You think it's how can it not type of feeling, and it always gets exposed one way or
That's
another.
what you're saying is Shohei's a rare cat. That's what you're saying.
He is rare as rare. Century apart between him and the Babe. They just don't come. They just don't come along very often. And even his velocity is starting to go down just a little bit. There's a little bit of concern, so we'll see where that goes.
Luckily, he has 9 pitches.
Yeah. Oh my
And
gosh.
it's like, well, if this one's not working today, I'll just use one of these ones.
Yeah.
He's
It's just
so
as-
fun to watch.
As crafty as they come. Now, speaking of crafty, oh my gosh, we need enough. Oh, he comes in flip flops. He is affectionately known as Meathead, but he was showing Coach an injury. We got to ask about that.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Tommy Mack joins us now.
What's up?
Injured?
man?
Yes, I got injured a couple days ago. I was running late in my house. I didn't have my shoes on yet, and I'm coming out of my my room, and the door jamb caught my monkey toe, little pinky. And it
caught that. As opposed to you catching it.
Right,
Okay,
exactly. And anyway, right away I just went down to check it, and I just kind of squeezed it and went ding, ding, ding. I was like, oh, did I dislocate it? Anyway, so I taped it together with some Scotch tape when I got here because I didn't have any time. It was like I'm running out the door trying to get to the station.
That's such a meathead
found
move.
some Scotch tape and tape it up. And
On top
what are you
of-
gonna do?
On top of his brother Bob, the story that he was telling yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Just
At Frank's place?
Yeah, exactly.
That was the
It's just
best.
So McManus. I love him.
Well, I'm the youngest, so you know where I learned it from. They're the real meatheads.
Yeah, they are
Trust
the
me.
meatheads. Yeah.
No doubt about it. Yeah, and I was at the gym today doing legs. You know, what are you going to do? It's only a pinky toe.
Yeah.
You know, I understand why Ronnie Lott's like, yeah, just tip.
It's only a
Shut it
pinky
off.
toe.
Yeah, yeah, you don't necessarily
Don't need
need
it.
that
Don't
pinky
need it.
toe. You know, you need the big toe
But
for
now
sure. Yeah.
Now I know that the door jam jumped out in front of you.
It did. Like you're not going anywhere.
The same way the chair
Yeah.
jumped out in front of me when I was walking back into bed, did the exact same
That's
thing.
right. Oh, yeah,
That's
brutal.
not our fault, Tom.
Brutal. Well, we won't talk about that today, but we're going to talk a lot of NFL today. Top 100 coming out. We'll talk about the Jags. We've been looking around the AFC South, just ranking players and who are the good players of the AFC South. Talking a little bit about the NBA draft, but a lot of football today on Helmets and Heels, which it's my favorite subject. So
Darn
looking
right.
forward to it.
Yeah, but you had a heck of a show yesterday on the ship, right?
Oh,
Good
yeah,
for
we
your
did.
dad
Thanks,
bods.
Coach. Yeah, last night, Dad Bods. We were at the USS Orleck Museum, like outside the ship.
Very cool.
And it was for a corporate gig. Highland Marine, they're an insurance group for Marine. And it's just fantastic. We rocked it out, man. It was a little loud for some people, but the lady that hired us, she's like, well, too bad. She said something worse. She's like, too bad. I love you guys. I follow you wherever you go, and I try to make all your shows. So it was great. Downtown, after the rain, like the rain was crazy. crazy. My poor bass player had to stand in a puddle the whole time. We had a tent, but it came in through the side and this stuff.
Was he plugged into an amp as he was
we
standing?
We had to move the stuff like up, so it could get get electrocuted. But the sunset in downtown Jacksonville, oh my gosh. That is absolutely beautiful, man. So anyway, great time. Thanks for bringing that up, Coach.
Amen.
Love it, Tommy. Thank you, man. Dad bods wherever they go. I love it when he's got the group. He says, "Wherever you go, we go." It's
Absolutely.
awesome.
No, they can rock. There's no doubt about that.
All right, Duff. We'll see if we can get some groupies with both sides of the ball podcast on our Jaguars YouTube page, on our social channels. But we had a good time today.
He
with
said
you
amen.
Hanging out. Amen. Bring them on. We need groups. I tell TLD all the time. We're talking just beer belly groupies. That's who I've got. You don't have to worry about any teenage sensations or anything like that. We're done. Okay, the Golf Club of Southampton. We appreciate them for bringing you our show. You miss any of it, you can go back to YouTube, search XL Primetime, and check it all out. We talked a bunch of Jaguar ball with Coach Duffner today. Matty Hayes, Joe C., JJ, and Coach Duff. We'll talk to you mañana.
XL Primetime from the big number 1 Duval